Hi guys, Leva Bates, Blue Pants, whatever you want to call me here. And you are now listening to This Is Awesome Wrestling Show with Glenn Moore and Steve Guy.
Produced by the Cleveland Sound Radio Network. Here is the This Is Awesome Wrestling Show, hosted by Glenn Moore and Steve Guy.
Episode number 90, This Is Awesome Wrestling Show. TIA Wrestling on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're all over the place. And I'm Glenn Moore, your host, my co-host in the captain's chair here in our beautiful Lakewood, Ohio studio, enjoying a nice, warm and muggy Tuesday afternoon.
It's not muggy. It's nice and breezy out there.
It's muggy.
All right.
I don't like it. If I was a woman and
Yesterday was muggy.
Yes. Yeah, it was extra muggy.
Yeah.
When you're a big guy, it's always muggy, Steve.
Oh, okay.
And if I was a woman and I had long hair, it would be all frizzy.
Oh.
Because girls and humidity in their hair. Our girl listeners know all about that. Well, if they have long hair.
Yeah, if they have long hair, yeah.
I'm sure if you have short hair, you can probably get that. Anyway, we're off topic. We didn't do any show prep today. Steve
No
came
show
in here.
prep.
Steve came in here. I was coming off a nice, jog / more walking, and I came in here all sweaty, and Steve brought Chipotle. Shout out to Chipotle.
That's right, at Chipotle Tweets.
Shout out for our pre-show meal. And I don't have my stuff. I usually have my laptop. I have all my stuff ready. I have a show format like on my end, and we pass around ideas. And, we talked a little bit before the show, but we didn't do any show prep. Episode number 90 is going to be freestyling and profiling. Can you freestyle, Steve?
Wicka, wicka, wicka.
You know
What do you
what?
want me to do?
You know what?
Rap?
You know
Freestyle
what?
rap?
There are plenty of audio that has not been aired
Of Steve
Steve Guy
freestyle, probably.
rapping.
Yeah.
So right here's a Steve Guy rap.
Wigga, wigga, what? It's your boy, Steve Guy, here on the CLE Sound. Check it one time, suckers.
So there's Steve Guy rapping that I have in the vault of the many, many sound clips that I have in the vault. I also have Steve Guy trying to do karaoke. Remember that time?
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to you.
Are you going to be my girl?
Do you have it on? It was just, are you going to be my girl? Yeah, I was just sitting there doing that.
Way off.
I didn't know
We'll save that.
where it was playing. That's
I'm
fine.
not sure if we played that yet. I don't think we have. But
Yeah,
I'll
we
save
did.
It. We did?
Yeah, it was like the end or beginning
End
of an
of the show.
episode. Yeah, you
And
did.
nobody listens to the beginning or the end. They fast forward or...
Well, our faithful TIA wrestling intern,
Yes.
Justin Summers, does, who now updated his Twitter bio.
He's officially an intern.
Well, I guess that's how they make it official.
He is. He is an intern. He will be here for episode 100.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we are going to be doing a live show. Steve Surprise is getting better by the day. Steve Surprise will be on episode 100. We will be recording episode 100 in front of a live audience, either here in the studio in front of a handful of people that we select, or you want to come out, there's a line, we'll whatever.
Maybe we'll have a little pizza party.
Yeah, well, if we get a place that will have us, we might do that as well. Go somewhere and have everybody come out from AIW, people that the listeners, if you're in the Cleveland area, come out and hang with us and be a part of episode 100. So that is still in the works. Episode 100 will air the first Tuesday of September. So we're looking to record that in middle of August. And if you are in Northeast Ohio, if you're in Cleveland and you are a GM of a bar or restaurant and you want us to come out and perform our amazing, awesome wrestling show.
We're gonna perform.
We perform.
I got a freestyle there too.
Yes, we hear
My
definitely.
name is Steve. This is Awesome Wrestling Show. Listen to my rhymes and feel my flow.
Oh, we'll have a rap battle. That's what we'll do. Have random people come up and battle Steve on the mic. Wrestling theme raps. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah? No?
yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah.
My co-host Glenn Moore, he sits over there. I don't. That's
Well,
not where I wanted
over
to go.
here in the captain chair.
Yeah, there you go.
go.
I was trying to think. I was going to rhyme your name, and then after I said there, I was like, oh, now I should rhyme
Yeah,
there.
chair. There you go.
Yeah.
So we'll get it down. So we'll have an announcement for episode 100, which will be the first Tuesday of September, but we will be recording it before for episode, probably middle of August. So we'll have more information as that comes. This is the final show of June 2016, Steve. And like I said, we are freestyling. So we got all the housekeeping out of the way. Oh, big shout out to AIW for their podcast. The card is going to change with John Thorne and Chandler Biggins and myself talking how to book a show. And I just toss out some questions out for those guys, and they are the stars of the show. So their first 4 shows are on iTunes, Stitcher, and all the podcast store outlets. Make sure to check it out. They got some really good recommendations from Missy Hyatt, Matthew from Botchamania, which is a huge wrestling video product that he puts out there, basically highlighting the miscues of professional wrestlers. So we got a really big plug for them, and their show's doing very, very well when it comes to listen. So just look up The Card is Going to Change, or search AIW wherever you listen to podcasts. And let's give them a little shout out for John and Chandler, because they're not really podcast guys, and I had to kind of like hold their hand and kind of show them the ropes when it comes to podcasting. But they have really taken to it, and the next 4 shows should be really, really cool to listen to. So a little shout out for them. So
hashtag get John Thorne famous.
You know what? I don't think we need the hashtag anymore, because hey,
he's doing all right.
He's doing all right, because podcast is getting a lot of great reviews and people are tweeting about it. So hey, I think we're there. I think we're there, Steve. I think you're finally there.
I did it.
You did it. Steve did it.
Woo! You're welcome, John Thorne.
John Thorne.
You are forever in debt to me and my hashtag.
I think you got Chandler Biggins famous too.
Well, he's welcome too.
So you got both those.
That's what I do. Make people famous.
So what's next?
I'm a wingman.
What's next?
Get somebody else famous.
Get Frankie Flynn famous?
Get Frank. Hashtag get Frank. No, he doesn't need my help. He's got this under control.
Speaking of some of the students.
Yeah. Speaking of the students.
Well, you go ahead. Be quick.
I was out and about last Friday night.
All right.
In Lakewood here. I was at going to walk into Brothers Lounge.
You saw Tom Hanks in Cleveland.
I did not see Tom Hanks.
So somebody better?
So step down from Tom Hanks. So I was I'm at Brothers Lounge, and I look across the street at my friend's restaurant here in Lakewood, or on the border of Cleveland, Lakewood, and I'm like, gosh, look at that group of guys over there. I'm like, that guy's got a denim jacket on. It looks all weird, cut up. I'm like, I feel like I know that denim jacket.
You said the key word there.
Yeah, it was weird body.
Oh, my God.
And then I hear, Steve Guy, is that Steve Guy? And, of course, it was the students. There was the Bone Collector, Dominic Guarini, DCR, Dr. Dan was there, Weird World themselves, Worldwide, and Weird Body. Is that everybody?
Alex?
No, Daniels wasn't there. I feel like that's...
No, not Daniels. Keller.
Oh, that's Worldwide.
Oh, so both. Okay,
they were both there. They were both there.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm leaving like 2 people out. Maybe not. I don't know. But they were there. And so I chatted for them.
There you go.
I felt cool for a moment. I was like, oh, yeah, look at this.
Oh, cool.
I was with my buddy, and he was like, who are these guys that randomly known? And they're like sitting there, they're talking shop with my buddy who has no clue like what they're saying. He's like, oh, yeah, this guy got so much heat and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
He got real heat. And this guy's like, what the
I think we're getting... So my thing was with the students, mentioning Frankie Flynn, was when we go to these shows and we become close to the students, we talk to them a lot, because they are, not wrestling on the show usually, and they're doing, they are the basic quote unquote bitches of the show. They run the tables, they're, selling stuff, they are, passing beer, they're handlers for the big time wrestlers. So they're not really a part of the show more times than not.
Depending on the show, yeah.
So we have a lot of downtime with these guys, and we, get to know them a little better and become friends with them. But, they always ask, hey, when are we going to be on the podcast? We hear Billy Gunn and, Gargano. We hear all these guys on the show. Why can't we? And you know what? The rule is that I set by. I'm sure they ask you the same thing, Steve.
Yeah.
Is you have to have done something in the business. I think that who is the least, like, out of all our interviews with wrestlers, who is probably the lowest on the totem pole when it comes to all the wrestlers we've interviewed?
Like, from like a fame quote unquote standpoint?
Fame or just perception in the business.
I mean, at the time, maybe Tessa Blanchard. If we had done that interview like now-ish, it would have been even more.
Yeah.
Because that was already a whole year ago.
You know, he's still in prison. I'm just going to say.
Nick Gage?
Even though he's well known, but with everybody else we've interviewed, you know, where does he stand? And this is kind of like, who is the worst? We're not talking about worst interview because
no.
We've had some great interviews, and we've had some
in terms of least known people. Yeah, I guess okay. Yeah,
it's probably Nick Gage.
Yeah, I could see that.
And so I mean,
he's got a weird. He has a weird following.
Yeah, he does have
one of those. It's a very niche following.
Everybody has a following.
Yeah,
I mean, we've interviewed Cedric Alexander, and when we interviewed him last year. You know, people knew him, but he wasn't known like he is now.
Right.
So people know who he is. You know, CWC and Sonic and Pie. We got signed with WWE, like stuff like that. The women, they all have their followings, like Taylor Hendricks and Crazy Mary Dobson.
Taylor had been on TNA.
Yeah, and Crazy Mary Dobson, NXT. So I think the ladies are all kind of like separate. I'm just talking about the men.
Yeah.
So I think Nick Gage. Yeah,
you're probably
right.
God.
Please don't tell Nick Gage. Because we don't want him coming to the studio killing us. Well, not killing him, but throwing me through some lights or something.
That makes, think back.
There's no fault to him because we've had some awesome
that's
guests.
not to say that actually he's not famous at all.
Yeah.
Just that you look at the grand scheme of things.
Somebody has to be at the bottom.
Somebody is there, yeah.
But probably the most intense interview we ever had, though.
That was a great time.
I thought he was going to rip my throat out. But anyway. So, but... when these students ask us, we get people asking us to come on. Maybe J-Rock. J-Rock, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, so J-Rock.
Absolutely.
So J-Rock. Sorry, Nick Gage. Anything we said, I can edit this out, but we're not. Nick Gage. Boop. You're the man. You're the man. Who's the man?
Who's the man?
So J-Rock.
Yeah.
And J-Rock he trained EC3, so nothing taken away from him.
Sure.
He's
that little man on that. It just speaks to who we've had on the show.
Exactly.
It's a credibility thing. I think that if we were going to have the students on the show, it'd have to be a grouping of them, like more than one. Get 2 or 3 of them sit down on the show. Because I think that their story could be interesting to people who have been like, oh, what's it like to even start to train and get into wrestling?
Yeah.
To be those guys, and it's like, oh, okay, you're in a locker room, and you're still they're in that world where they are still fans, and they are transitioning into these people being their peers.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I
get you, and I was thinking the same way, having a few of them. I mean, like Alex Daniels and Frankie Flynn and Dr. Dan and maybe Joshua Singh, because those guys in real world, because those guys have kind of, set their niche, set their standard when it comes to AIW and also other promotions. So, and they listen to the show, so they're listening right now. But my role, I don't want to have people that have 100 followers on Twitter and we don't know who they are wrestling wise asking us to come on the show. And then I'm saying, well, you had Kaplan on, and who knows who really knows who Kaplan is.
We've always tried to our standpoint for the credibility, we try to make sure that we know enough about that person to make the interview interesting.
Well, they got to do something too.
No, I get that, but there's also, and this is a fair point, there's been plenty of people who have been of note, but we just didn't know enough about. We said, yeah, we could interview them, but is that really going to be a good interview? Because we don't know enough to pull anything out of them.
And some of these guys, hey, they're not good talkers.
Yeah, sure.
So they're not yet, at least. They're not used to being interviewed.
Yeah.
And there's a transition from, being interviewed and shooting the shit. One person I'd love to have on the show, and she's like on that fine line, is Britt Baker, because she was in NXT. She had the tryouts. She's been down there. She is in AIW to hone her skills to go down to NXT. So, I would love to have her on the show, but it's like the fine line. Like, maybe.
No, she could talk.
No, I know she can talk, but I'm saying, what have you
put
done?
Her with a couple of the guys.
What are your credentials?
Yeah. Yeah, but she's one. We could have her sit down with a couple of the guys too.
And she's very cute, so I mean that helps too.
That's why you want her on the show.
No, I think she'd be great. She did the, chair shot.
Our listeners would love having a cute girl on the show. They wouldn't know.
No.
They wouldn't see.
No. Come on. You think Justin Summers has seen a cute girl?
We'll just put her picture up on
Love
the
me,
podcast
Justin.
thing. So as you're listening to it, it's just constantly the picture.
Love you, Justin. I'm just kidding with you.
Yeah.
He's sending a tweet right about now. He's sending a tweet to me. I can just know.
It just happened.
Yeah, so Britt Baker. I mean, but it's love to have her on. But it's like, what have you done? Obviously, you did more than Steve and I, because Steve and I we are not wrestlers, so you done that enough. But it's like we gotta keep the standard. The bar has to be set. We can't quote unquote lower it to have everybody come on the show, because then it opens up a whole Pandora's box of just probably terrible interviews and stuff that we probably were not even going to air. And the Duke is really upset that legit the Duke interview. So we interviewed the Duke way back last year.
We should have another Duke interview,
and this is when, we will.
He's got plenty of great stories.
So we interviewed the Duke last year. In the spring.
It was like early 2015.
Yeah. It was early. It was the first couple shows we were there. And we're waiting for someone. I think we're waiting for Cabana or something. Yeah. And he came over, and he was John brought him over. And the Duke was it was like half an hour, I think. And
Duke didn't, at first he's like, I don't have anything to say. Well, I don't even want to sit down. Yeah. And then he sat down. We had a great time.
Yeah. The thing is, though, I was using the old format with my old, netbook, which is crappy. Windows XP on it. It was awful. And we were using I was using the mixer, but I wasn't using the audio converter, and the audio program we were using was an Audition. I didn't have Audition on the computer. It sounded terrible. And that's why if you listen to Too Cold Scorpio, Cole Cabana interview, it's way high. It's overmodulated, and that's terrible, because if you playing tech talk here, you're playing with the volume. If you do it too low, there's no audio. But if you just do a little bit, it goes way too high. There's no middle ground. So I tried my best to make it sound good enough. So the Duke, I was saving the Duke interview, and the program crashed, lost the audio, and it would sound like shit because it was overmodulated. So we have a better setup, obviously. The interviews have sounded great.
But folks, you should still go back and listen to Too Cold Scorpio and Cole Cabana.
Oh, definitely. But I'm saying the Duke will be in crystal clear HD audio, and sounding like he's actually in studio. We'll do it at Absolution. We'll have him on. So look for the Duke with the interview. I mean, and Duke really is upset about that, because I can just tell he just wants to rip my head off because he thinks I just threw it away, but I didn't. It legit crashed. So whatever.
Hey, random question.
All right.
Because so many people in the wrestling world have podcasts these days.
Everybody.
And we're not going to plug any of those.
Except
there's some good ones out there.
Except for AIW.
There's some good ones out there. We're not going to plug them, though. You get one wrestler who is no longer walking this earth, because this way, nobody can get any good ideas either.
Okay.
That has his own podcast, who would be entertaining?
Oh, crap. So he's dead.
Yeah.
Gee, that's a good question. Do you have your answer while I think?
I have two.
Okay, go ahead. I want to think of mine.
One, just because I think his voice would be hysterical and talking to people all the time, is Macho Man.
I was thinking that, but it's like him I don't think that voice for an hour, I don't think I can handle it.
I think it would be interesting. And if you got him really riled up, I think it would be good.
Yeah.
And I'm not including Roddy Piper because he had one. And then Owen Hart is my other one.
Oh, Owen Hart, definitely.
Because everybody loved him, and he was like a total goofball. I think he would be entertaining.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear his stories.
You know who I think would relish in the podcast world now would be Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
Personality.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Eddie Guerrero, and when you see his promos, they were fun, and he worked with Chyna, and he worked with her, and he's done programs with other guys. He was just like a charismatic guy.
Yeah, he could bring a lot of silliness out of people. Probably.
Oh yeah, it would be
interviewing them.
It would be fun interviews.
Yeah, he'd be, hey man, tell him that funny story, man. Yeah,
I think Eddie Guerrero would be definitely a listen, but we like Ric Flair's podcast, which is gone, but he's going to bring it back apparently.
Yeah, he's kind of has a moderator with him though.
Yeah, but because Ric Flair, I mean, just because you are the living legend and you are a wrestling god like Ric Flair, does not mean it's going to be a good podcast. And that podcast, very questionable, even though it features Ric Flair, it's not good. So just because you are a quote unquote great wrestler and you are one of the most recognizable guys, does not mean you're going to have a good podcast. Would Hulk Hogan have a good podcast, you think?
No.
You don't think so?
Terry Bollea might.
It'll be a podcast. Terry Bollea interviewing Hulk Hogan. First podcast episode. Every episode's like that. Oh. It'll be terrific. That'd be great. Every episode, interview with Hulk Hogan.
It'll be his co-host.
Is there a voice change?
This is Confusing Wrestling Podcast with Terry Bollea and Hulk Hogan.
That'd be terrific. He'll make bank too. You know he would bank. Because you had nobody on the show. He wouldn't want to put anybody over. Just himself.
That's probably true.
No,
he'd have Mean Gene on there. So that Mean Gene could help put him over more.
He'll have Mean Gene on. Yeah, definitely. But, yeah. So, yeah, podcasts, everybody has one. Everybody has one. Everybody wants to be on one. And it's not easy to start up. You can't just have a microphone. You got to have production.
No. That's why I picked Owen Hart. I think that he would be awesome and a great host as a podcast.
Before all these wrestling podcasts, Jerry Lawler had a podcast.
Yeah.
And it was with me. It was the King's Podcast. Every week we did a show. It was like more sports-centric and wrestling. But the King, that was a good podcast, but he doesn't like podcasts at all. Like, he doesn't go on many of them. And he's been on ours. But, the King would be entertaining. I'm like, dude, you would make bank. If Jerry the King Lawler had his own, like, podcast, like, legit production, like, you make bank. He's like, I don't want to do it. I'm like, you sit in the chair for half an hour and talk about something, dude. That's all you got to do. And you're making bank. But, yeah, I mean, shoot, yeah.
Well, how about this? So you're talking about sports, and you talk sports with a wrestler. In Cleveland, of course, the Cavaliers won the championship. We'll just bring this up.
Of course, every week.
Every week. It's fine. And
for the next year.
And they all love wrestling.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Love was on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and again, they had the championship belt, and they were talking about wrestling again. Who from the Cleveland Cavaliers team would make the best WWE or TNA, probably WWE, I guess, superstar?
Geez, that's a good question because I would be LeBron.
Yeah?
Because all the rest of the guys,
he's like the most athletic and charismatic.
Yeah. Just because you're athletic does not mean it's going to transfer to the ring.
True.
So I can't see Kevin Love. He's just too lengthy. These guys are just...
What about like Shump or JR? Just their personality. JR doesn't really talk enough.
No.
But Shump I could see.
But dude, those guys are 150 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of these, flippy shit. I hate that. I like the big bulky guys. I like the beefcakes.
I look at Shump as being like a black Enzo Amore.
And I'm not a big fan of Enzo. So
Shump could be in the new.
Steve, did you like the opening last week?
Ours?
Did you listen? Do you listen to the show, Steve Guy? I did a intro for you.
What did you do last week?
Steve Guy. All right, Steve. So here it is. I'm playing it for everybody. Everybody listened to episode 89, which was our interview with Brian Myers and Hornswoggle, part 2.
Part 2.
Here was the opening, in case you missed it.
My name is
Steve Guy,
and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is
Glenn Moore,
and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room, how you doing?
The best intro ever.
Come on, man.
Best intro ever.
Come on. You need to listen. Listen to playback? I sweat and slave over.
I don't always listen to it. I always listen when I go on road trips, and I haven't been on a road trip recently. Next week I go on one.
Over a hot computer to get our produce this show.
It's not a desktop anymore. They got to kick the fans on for crying out loud.
Is just I'm slaving over it. I'm just sweating. And just slaving, and you don't even listen to the show. I threw in some sound effects too, like had some Stone Cold stuff in there. I had audio, and you just listen to the opening. The first 5 seconds, Steve Guy. I even tweeted about it from our account.
The day job is killing me.
Steve
well,
Guy.
in fairness, I had a busy week last week because I had that date raffle thing I had to host.
That's right, Steve Guy had that. Yeah.
So, and I had a wedding.
Yeah. Oh, if you're listening as well, I do a podcast, speaking of podcasts, called More Glenn Moore Podcast.
Well, let's plug that away.
Well, I'm plugging the interview I have with Steve Guy.
Oh, yeah, that happened.
It's in the bank. It's going to be next month, early next month in July. and it's basically Steve and I not talking wrestling.
Not at all.
So if you want to hear the co-hosts of This Is Awesome Wrestling Show featuring Steve Guy interview, it's going to be on the More Glenn Moore podcast. I'll link it out on my Twitter feed or TIA as well. So
yeah, actually, the first time Glenn Moore and I have ever hung out outside of recording this podcast.
What?
That's not true. I was kidding.
Oh, I was going to say. I think it's the first time we ever recorded a show.
Yes.
That
wasn't
yeah.
this. Yes.
Yeah.
It was
Come
our
on,
getting.
there's-
It was our icebreaker 2 years later.
2 years later. Yeah. So who are you, Steve Guy? You're an author. Yeah. So if we have that coming as well. So.
Okay, so not from the Cleveland Cavaliers. What athlete right now would make the best WWE superstar?
All these guys are wussing. I mean, they complain about everything.
What about like an NFL player?
Oh, NFL. We can.
So we could be any sport right now.
NFL. I think.
Like, what about Bryce Harper?
Yeah, he could be a good heel. He could be like a Jericho kind of guy.
Yeah, he'd bring it. He's got that personality and
Yeah.
the hair and everything.
Football. This is a big old lineman guy,
A lineman?
Like Clay Matthews would be great.
Yeah.
I think AJ Hawk, back when he was in his prime, would be terrific. He had the look of a pro wrestler.
What about
You're stalling the show,
Von
Steve.
Miller?
No.
No?
I don't know. I haven't looked at his physique.
No Von Miller?
Maybe.
How about I'll tell you, the John Cena of the NFL world, even though he's not in the NFL anymore.
Who's that?
Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow. Yeah, he would be.
He's like the John Cena.
Yeah, he would be definitely John Cena. Well, he would be even more PG than John Cena because John Cena throws out bitch.
Yeah, that's right.
Out there, some Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
No. He'd like be Mordecai.
Tim Tebow might be the original John Cena, really.
No, Tim Tebow would be Mordecai, and he would excel. Like
Let's
Mordecai.
go, Tebow. Tebow sucks.
Oh, and then Tebow would start crying, praying in the ring. That would go over really well in WWE. That'd be true. Yeah, there's a few guys, but like just because you're a good wrestler doesn't mean you're a good football player. Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that's true.
Lesnar. He is featured on the cover of WWE 2K17.
You're gonna buy it?
Yeah, I usually buy it. Yeah,
I don't even have. Do they make it for Super Nintendo? That's the only thing I have.
Steve guys, dude, no. The best video game ever, wrestling, is.
I really loved Royal Rumble for Super Nintendo.
No, wrong. For N64, No Mercy.
Oh, yeah.
You never played that, did you?
Is that no? Wait, is that the NWO one?
No, dude. This is
The WWE. No, there's an NWO WCW one that I loved playing.
No, is this Terry Funk looking in? It looks like a skinny Terry Funk. He was looking at us. It was really weird. Walking by.
He's
the
a
studio
homeless
here.
skinny Terry Funk.
It's Terry Funk. No, N64, No Mercy.
Pervert.
N64 No Mercy was the best wrestling game. This is back 2000 Attitude Era. It was great, terrific, and I think everybody would agree. No Mercy. It still is talked about today. I think it's been around 20 years. Obviously,
True story.
what?
When I used to play wrestling games and you could create your own character.
Yeah.
This is in
Who would you be?
mid to late 90s.
Minister Steve Guy.
I had a name that I created for myself.
Okay.
And I created this character, and he wore kind of longer pants and, I don't know, spiky-ish kind of hair.
He looked like Justin Timberlake.
No, but he had a vest on, like a Jericho-ish style,
Okay.
because I was into Jericho. And the name for him was, so my two stepbrothers, their names, and they were big wrestling fans too, were Alex and Jeff.
Okay.
And I would make tag team partners with my best friend at the time, whose name was Kyle. So I tried to put everybody's name together, and I came up with A.J. Styles. And I would create the character AJ Styles on every wrestling game.
This is before AJ Styles.
This is 10 years before AJ Styles.
I don't believe you, Steve Guy.
We can call my younger stepbrother right now because he freaked out one day. He turned on TNA, and all of a sudden he's like, there's an AJ Styles. There's an AJ Styles.
All right, you got a photo of this? Is there some kind of physical photo out there?
I'd have to put in one of our games from PlayStation 2. Because the idea was like a little bit of me, but a little bit of Chris Jericho, because I loved Jericho back then. Because I used to make him like on WCW games
Why didn't you say
games.
something like this back when Styles came to WWE?
Because we never talked about video games.
It's true.
But my younger brother reminds me all the time. As soon as AJ Styles did come to WWE, he goes, "Hey, so you finally made it in WWE, huh?" I'm like, "What are you talking?" I was like, "Oh yeah, AJ Styles." Like, no. I mean, it was the craziest thing ever. And the character that I created essentially looked a lot like AJ Styles when he was first in TNA.
You are a prophet, Steve Guy.
It was nuts.
I can't believe this is the first time. I mean, even if we said the name AJ Styles, I'd be like, look, 20 years ago, 10 years before AJ Styles, I made AJ Styles.
Nobody would believe that.
Dude, if you have a photo of this,
of me playing as AJ Styles,
like 10 years before AJ Styles,
I might have a PlayStation 2 game sitting somewhere with AJ Styles on it.
Gotta have that memory card.
Probably.
That thing will go viral, dude.
You think so?
Oh, AJ Styles, a guy wrestling AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Like basically him, how he is today. Dude, that'd go viral.
AJ Styles. And then like we used to do our own backyard wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
And like videotape or whatever.
Oh,
and if we were our own characters and not like real wrestlers, because we'd imitate real wrestlers, of course.
Yeah.
Or would be our own people, I would, of course, be AJ Styles.
My finishing when
there might be videotape of me
doing a Styles clash,
wrestling in like my parents' basement as AJ Styles.
That would go viral. Because it's hard to say this without backing it up, buddy.
I know, but I have to look. I'll have to look.
Because this would definitely go viral. My finishing when we used to write like baseball before baseball practice, you know, this is Attitude Era. This is late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
and we used to do wrestling moves, and my go-to move, my finishing move on other people, the Famouser, man. I love doing the Famouser on people. And then, like my buddy and I used to do matches, and his finishing move was the stunner. I sold the shit out of that fucking stunner, dude.
You gotta sell the stunner.
You gotta sell it. It's like just I used to sell it. So I would throw a punch at. He would duck the punch, duck, kick, stunner, done. 1, 2, 3.
My dad used to videotape us, or my older brother, and I mean we had ceiling tiles that were extra that we just wrecked.
Yeah.
And trash cans. I mean, I threw my one brother off the back deck, which was like a 6-foot drop into the snow because we had like a match that went outside.
Yeah.
And then I jumped off of like the railing and elbow dropped him from there.
Yeah.
We just did stupid stuff. We had a garage match where we used anything that was in the garage. I allowed myself to be body slammed onto a ladder and then in between the things of the ladder and let my brother like smash it down on me. And then hit me with something. We had fake blood for that, too.
It was great.
It was amazing. And then found out that drywall, you can actually hit somebody with, and if you hit it on one way, it breaks nice and easy.
Yeah.
If you hit it on the other way, not so much.
Right.
The younger brother was excommunicated from using drywall because I got hit one too many times in the ribs with the wrong side of the drywall.
I have 2 sisters, and we were all around the same age, a couple years apart from each other. And they would watch wrestling with me every Monday night, and I was Stone Cold, and my other sister was The Undertaker, and the other one was Kane. So we used to do the moves, but like me being the older brother, I was the oldest. I didn't really know my strength, so I would literally do elbow drops, like legit elbow drops off the top couch, and deliver them.
It's terrible.
And then I would put them in, Jericho, walls of Jericho, and and I would legit sit back like Jericho, and they would be tapping like I didn't, and like even like when wrestling with my buddies, I would bring a foreign object and like a baseball bat, and I wouldn't cover the end with my hand. I would legit hit them because I'm 15. I didn't know wrestling is like fake. I thought they were really hitting each other.
Oh yeah.
So I got in trouble with my coach because I legit hit someone in the head with a baseball bat, the end of it. But yeah, dude, those times were great. And I mean, I would love to know if like kids now that were our age wrestling,
they still do it.
Do they still wrestle? I don't think it's.
I mean, they tell you not to, so.
Well, but they told us not to.
They did. They still did it back then. But I also knew that it was fake, and we just knew we figured out how to do it.
Fake,
how to sell it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we figured out all the little nuances.
Yeah.
It was great. I hated wrestling my younger brother, though, because he didn't understand that, like, hey, we're each going to take turns on this video of like who's losing, and he would not. You go to suplex him, forget it, dead fish.
So he was
come on, man.
So he was the Hulk Hogan of the family.
He was terrible. It was like, we're trying to no, I'm gonna win this match. Well, you're gonna win the next one. Just freaking go with it here, would
Listen,
you,
brother?
Oh,
I got creative control, brother.
It was such a pain in the ass. And so it's like, maybe you don't need to be in every match. And that's when we started just be the characters from wrestling.
Did he bring a contract out? Yeah, I am under contract until next year.
Man, we had great times.
Yeah, it was great.
Now, when I was in college, we had a beer pong table.
Okay.
And to retire it, because it was like just a mess and it was going to be falling apart, I did allow somebody to choke slam me through the table.
Ah, yes.
And that happened.
I never did anything like that, going through a table or anything. I think we tried. I think I tried to do a famouser through a table, and the table just didn't sell. That's just no dice with that.
They're pretty much broken beforehand.
Well, yeah.
Usually.
But dude, I'm 14 years old. I don't know.
Oh, well, yeah.
14, 15. We just think, it's going to break. Easy. And then the wrestling team had like their own, perch in the gym where they had the mats out year round.
Yeah.
So we used to go up there and do moves on there, and we like double pad and be able to do moves. A couple of buddies after I graduated, younger class, they actually, got a camera, and they would have wrestling matches on the pole vault, high jump.
The mat thing there?
The mat.
Yeah.
They would have matches on there, and they videotaped it, and the local access channel, Cable 9 in Aurora, they would, like 8 o'clock at night, they would play the wrestling
that's terrible.
match. Like high school kids wrestling each other on the track, the big
I'm sure it was quality.
It was great. And I was like, man, if we could have done that, back when I was in high school, that would have been terrific.
Oh, we always wanted a ring. Just never happened.
Oh, yeah. Get a ring. It
would have been sweet. I mean, growing up, everybody was in on it. Everybody that was around me knew that I was a fan and I was in it. And my mom would watch Monday Night Raw with me because she thought that The Rock was so entertaining.
Yeah.
And then I kid you not, there was one day I was doing laundry with my mom, and I was saying like some smart ass things to her just to say it, and she just looked at me. She's like, "You didn't knock that off." I'm like, whatever. And I'm now not paying attention. And then she's like, Steven, by the way. And I turn around and I go, what? And she goes, Mr. Socko, and has a sock on her hand and goes to give me the mandible claw.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Yeah. This is ridiculous.
My mom did that to me once. She saw that and did that. Okay, here's our story. So this is when Chris Jericho called Stephanie a slut.
Yeah.
On TV. And I don't know, what? We're like 15. I didn't really know what slut meant. I just knew it was bad. I'm way behind on. I grew up sheltered, so I called in front of my mom. I called my sister a slut. We were fighting. I'm like, "You're a slut," and my mom's like, "Oh no, you did it!" Like she got pissed, and I'm like, "What does it mean?" She told me what it means. She goes, "Do not say that ever again." I'm like, "Well, Chris Jericho said it on TV. It's okay, right?" Absolutely not. I got backhanded because of saying that, but yeah,
the gore and the whore.
Some of The Rock, silver spoon,
motherfucker. That's right.
Good old days. Good old, and okay, if we were 15 years old now for this, version of WWE, would we
like it?
Would it be as cool, to do the moves?
That's what I try to convey all the time. Like, it's not meant for us. Like, we grew up, so we grew up out of it. I don't know.
I can't see myself doing a Superman punch on a friend before baseball.
No, but you'd want to spear them.
Yeah, but that's.
You would want to do an attitude adjustment.
Yeah, I can see
an
that.
F5.
Nah, F5. 15 years old, pick another 15-year-old kid and spinning them. I don't think it's.
Well, spinning would be tough.
I think submission moves. I would love to. I love doing the angle slam and the ankle lock. Break some ankle, I would do that. But now it's just
you can still do walls of Jericho.
But I'm saying not with the moves, but just is wrestling cool to 15, 14, 15-year-olds right now? Cool enough to do this stuff for fun?
I don't know. If you're a 14 or 15-year-old listening to this show,
what are
tweet
you doing?
at us.
Yeah. First of all, what are you doing?
Well, let's ask Justin Summers. No, just kidding.
I don't know.
He's not a 14 or 15-year-old. He drives a truck.
But I don't know, man. I don't. we're double, more than double that age now. So I mean, we're kind of like jaded to the fact, like, we wouldn't, do
I have.
Now, would we do a curb stomp? I think I'll do a curb stomp on people.
Oh, you do an RKO?
Yeah, we do arcade. Yeah, well, like we would do that back then.
Yeah.
It was called a diamond cutter.
Right. I have a buddy who his son is probably like 10, and he's been a big wrestling fan for a while. But again, he's in that before age.
Yeah.
So that's like us growing up. It's like you loved Hulk Hogan in the 80s and the Ultimate Warrior, and then maybe there's that break, and then you hit your teenage years, and yeah, you're into it because this whole attitude thing.
But like, it wouldn't be as prominent as it was for us.
I don't know.
I don't think it would be as prominent. Like when Owen Hart passed away, and the next day at school we wore Owen Hart armbands. Like,
yeah.
Would kids do that now if a wrestler died? I don't think so.
Yeah, I guess not.
So lucky for us, we grew up in the right era. I think we see, like, for anything, even like the way the world is, and everybody's too fragile, and everybody's too sensitive. Like, we were like the last generation, you and I, before everybody became, sensitive to everything.
Everything's a highlight now in clips, right? Yeah. So I think that's part of it too.
But I mean, if we had YouTube and like HD phone, it'd be, oh man, all our stuff would be all over right now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we'd be recording it.
We would be producing our own little shows for YouTube.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, I would love to bring that kind of aspect to, before baseball practice, wrestling for 20 minutes, like being able to videotape it, produce it. I would be the tech nerd. I love computers back then. Like, I would be producing it, putting it on YouTube, and there you go. Like, that'd be great.
Yeah, the internet wasn't what it was.
No, not even close. It was still dial-up, dude. AOL. You go to WWF.com.
That's right.
It'd take 20 minutes to load, dude. Oh, I want to watch a video of like, what? Our IRS, and Ted DiBiase. Let me click download. All right, this is going to take an hour.
Oh, I want to see the Divas bikini shoot.
It was, the internet, man. Woo. Yeah, man, I can only imagine, I would love to, if there's anything to bring to like our era, would be the whole, shooting video, YouTube, internet era, to where, it was more than just signing on AOL and having to count the hours you were on so you didn't get overcharged.
Well, yeah, I mean, think about it. The stuff that I'm talking about that I was doing, we were doing home videotapes.
Yeah.
I have to find those home videotapes.
Yeah.
If we had YouTube, I was logging into my account and it'd probably still be there right now.
Yeah. It'd still be there forever.
And then I'd be suing AJ Styles for trademark infringement.
You could. Dude, that thing would go viral. If you're playing like on an old Super Nintendo or, whatever it was, a PlayStation 1, N64, and you had AJ Styles wrestle, like, dude, it would go viral. You would be, if you put the video on YouTube and put ads on it, you would be making bank right now.
I could not believe it. Could not believe when TNA comes on and here's this dude starts getting bigger. His name's AJ Styles.
You got to find
stop
that.
It.
That's like the golden ticket for you, because if you find that, you'll get a couple of
There
million
might
views.
be videotape of me as a kid saying I'm AJ Styles.
If you do that, if you find that, and there is, I would be 80% sure WWE would contact you to do some kind of like cool wacky video with AJ Styles. I guarantee it, dude.
Let him give me the Styles Clash. He's the real AJ Styles.
Let's not go that far, but I'm just saying they would want to do something like, oh, here's a kid back in 2000 before AJ Styles even thought about wrestling as AJ Styles. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking 98, 99.
Let's make AJ
2000.
Styles Steve Guy famous. Let's do that. Hashtag.
I mean, so
I was AJ Styles first.
Well, I guess the thing is AJ Styles did exist out there in the world, but
is that his real name?
He was on the Indies. I think he's always gone by AJ Styles.
I'm not sure how. Let's find out.
So, if he was AJ Styles in the Indies, that was like about the same time, but I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't
because again, the internet wasn't. Back then, it was not what it is now.
I mean, his real name is Alan Neil Jones.
Yes.
So that's his real name, and he started in professional wrestling, 98, 99.
That's what I was saying. Like, I kind of knew that
But he wrestled as Mr. Olympia.
Oh.
So he wasn't AJ Styles. And then says 99, he competed, but didn't say, like, when he started his name as AJ Styles. because that's when he went to independent circuit. From 99 to 2001, he was in All Pro Wrestling. In 2001, that's when he first started. But I'm not sure what his names were, because his only other names are Air Styles, AJ Styles, and Mr. Olympia.
Oh, yeah, he was Air Styles in WCW.
So,
But he was not on the games.
So I'd be curious to see when exactly did AJ Styles become AJ Styles.
He was Air Styles at the very end of WCW's time.
But then for 2001, he was Air Styles. So does that mean AJ came after that?
That's when he then went to TNA.
So you got to find. Yeah, this could all be for naught because Steve might not even find the video, and AJ Styles might have been AJ Styles before. But still.
But
he wasn't known.
We could have been AJ Styles at the same time and not have known.
Yeah. Got to find that game, that memory card, or that golden ticket, man.
Jeez.
Got to be like Charlie Factory. You got to find that golden ticket. Find it. Bring it to This Is Awesome
crazy
Wrestling
story
show.
About
put it on YouTube.
Being AJ Styles.
Be terrific. Geez, we went all over the place for the show, man.
Well, that was the point.
That was the point. Any other some snippets of big news? CM Punk will be making his UFC debut.
Phil Brooks,
as of right now, he might get hurt before then, but he's making his debut here in Cleveland. And the last time he was with WWE was in Cleveland at the Q. So comes full circle. So looking forward to seeing that here in Cleveland.
But he has been to Cleveland since then.
Yeah, he has been to Cleveland.
Because he was here for that music award show.
But for work. Let's just say.
Press thing.
Yeah, at the Q. So,
yeah.
And then you have Clash of the Champions pay-per-view name coming. It's been leaked that the pay-per-view schedule for after Battleground and after the draft, some familiar names are coming back. Backlash is coming back. No Mercy is coming back. Clash of Champions is going to replace Night of Champions. So they're bringing back some old names.
So is that going to be like SmackDown and Raw compete against each other?
I'm not sure if it will be a Raw or SmackDown brand.
Because Night of Champions is like every title's on the line.
But
and that's great. Clash of Champions, I feel like champions need to go against each other.
Right, yeah, because they're clashing.
They're clashing.
But then again, they are clashing either way if they defend or, against someone else that's not a champion, that they're defending their title. But I'm trying to figure out really quick what exactly the schedule is for this pay-per-view. Because, just bringing back Backlash and No Mercy. Can they please, we talked about this before, can they please bring back the unique setups like the Backlash where they had like little
sweet,
the swinging like guillotine things, and No Mercy was like blood splattered.
And one of them had like cars. There was like car wreck like everywhere.
It was Armageddon.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
And then there was No Way Out had something too.
So here it is. So this is someone leaked the schedule. I'm not sure if this is real or not, but they have SummerSlam, Raw, and SmackDown. Backlash, which is a network exclusive, is on September 11th for SmackDown. Clash of Champions will be September 25th. That's the Raw pay-per-view. No Mercy, in the beginning of October, will be a SmackDown pay-per-view. Hell in the Cell, a Raw pay-per-view. And then they have Survivor Series. TLC will now be a SmackDown pay-per-view. And then they are bringing in WWE Roadblock on December 18th for a Raw pay-per-view. So they're going to have... I thought the Roadblock was good before WrestleMania, the Road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, wasn't that...
Yeah, but they're going to... According to the schedule,
they changed Roadblock to Fastlane, right?
No, they kept Fastlane.
Oh. But what was Fastlane before that? Oh, it was Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. So...
Roadblock was what they just did... That one-off.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. But I thought that was like that little show, the Roadblock for the Road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Life in the Fast Lane.
Life in the Fast Lane.
But yeah, I thought that was great. So they're apparently going to bring it for a actual pay-per-view in December for Raw.
Okay.
So that's the schedule. Clash of Champions have been confirmed. WWE.com has changed it from Night of Champions to Clash of Champions.
Will we have a 40-man Royal Rumble?
Maybe.
Or will we have 2 Royal Rumbles?
Maybe. I think we'll have 1 Rumble, but, winner picks. But, yeah. Have you read the spoilers for the Cruiserweight Classic, Steve?
No, because I'm going to try to watch it and just watch it. So
I was, people on Reddit were, there was a thread with spoilers, obviously. Warning, I don't care. I care, but I don't care enough. I'm going to wait. So I was going through the spoilers. No surprises, really. They recorded all the first-round matchups are already done.
And not at Full Sail, necessarily, right?
No, they were. All the first ones in one night.
They did do it all Full Sail?
All the first-round matches were one night. So now they have 16 guys remaining. They did it in 4 episodes. So there was 4 matches in each episode. So there's 4 episodes. I want to pull it up, but I can't find it. But there's some surprises.
Johnny Gargano doesn't get past the first round. I'm boycotting the WWE Network.
He does.
All right, fine, I'll watch.
He faces Tommaso.
Yeah, right. Which we knew was going to happen.
I knew that was going to happen.
Is that you who told us originally?
I told you.
That was months ago.
Tyson Dukes.
Yeah. Not going to make it.
Not going to make the best first round.
Well, now I still boycott it.
Still boycotted, Steve Guy.
If anybody who's been on our show doesn't make it past the first round.
And you have your typical, I don't
unless they're against each other.
I'm not going to spoil it for anybody because I don't want people to be like, oh, you're spoiling it. I don't. But yeah, there's not really that much, maybe, not that much, big surprises for this. But yeah, I'm trying to see it. I think I'm not sure if they did first round is done, and second round I think they're doing at satellite sites. I think they're taping the second round at different locations.
One small tidbit of news is Lucha Underground has wrapped season 3. Prince Puma was in a match that basically kicks him out of Lucha by losing.
Okay.
And Prince Puma, better known as Ricochet.
Yeah.
So now everybody pretty certain there. The man is headed to WWE, but can't do so until season 3 finishes airing.
And coming off that Ricochet Osprey match, Vader and Osprey are going to go at it in England.
Really?
So, Vader was pissed about this
match.
Not
happy about it, yeah.
He didn't like it. He's an old school guy like myself. He, and then Osprey was kind of mocking Vader, and Vader was just pissed. He was legit hot. So, hey, they're going to make some major money. This is going to get sold out instantly. I wish it was close to us so we could go to it, but it's going to be in England.
Yeah.
And they're going to be facing off against each other. So, hey, man, they're going to make major money off this, both these guys. So, August 12th at Revolution Pro Wrestling, and you have these guys going at it, man, because, dude, Vader has to go over. I mean, come on. This Will is 160 pounds soaking wet. You have Vader.
Does Vader go stiff and doesn't do anything to put his moves over?
Do you really think Vader is going to let this little punk go over? Hell no.
But do you think that Vader is going to allow him to do his moves?
Could you imagine Vader doing they're both doing that flippy shit? Because Vader can do flippy shit.
Not that much of flippy shit.
Right, but he still can't. I'm not sure he can now.
No,
he's known for that. But, dude, I'm a huge Vader mark. Love Vader till the day I die. Biggest thing was he followed me on Twitter, and I almost creamed my pants. But, dude, yeah, I would love to see that in person, man. Love it. Anything else, Steve Guy?
I was just thinking about who I want to hang out with in person, and probably 2 people.
Who?
Shane McMahon. And
where's this coming from?
Because you're talking about Vader.
Oh.
And you said he followed you on Twitter.
Dude, it was terrific.
And you said something about creaming your pants. I'm like, I don't think anybody's going to make me do that. I was like, but I would hang out with Shane O'Mac. We'd be bros. And, did you see Papa Pump clothesline the pierogi in Pittsburgh?
Oh, I saw that. We're number 69.
Yeah, and then he dropped the elbow. That makes me love him even more.
He was great.
That's who I would also hang out. I want to eat at Papa Pump's Shoney's with him. Me, It's Scott Steiner just sitting down, eating at Shoney's, hanging out, and yelling at people however you hear me.
So, I mean, WrestleMania, we're going to go next year.
Gotta go to Shoney's.
So my road trip, my ideal trip for this trip to Orlando is, leave Cleveland.
Yeah.
We're going to go down to Memphis and have dinner at Jerry Lawler's restaurant.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to eat there. We spend the night, hang out with Jerry, and then go from Memphis to Atlanta to go to Steiner's, Shoney's. Go there for it, for an evening. Have dinner with him. He's going to know we're coming. Yeah. Hopefully, maybe he answers the phone.
Maybe
he
answers.
Hopefully, we'll set it up. We'll hound him for the when it gets closer to WrestleMania time, and then from Atlanta, we'll go down to Orlando. How about that road trip with wrestling legends on the way to Orlando?
You had me at Scott Steiner Shoney's.
Steve will skip Jerry Lawler and go straight to Shoney's. That'll be terrific. That'd be a hell of a time.
Yeah, I think hanging out with Papa Pump would be a great. I'm still upset that
slamming down a Grand Slam breakfast
when
style,
I was in
Shoney
Florida.
style.
I'm still upset when I was in Florida. Van Vliet and I didn't hang out backstage long enough to meet him.
Oh, it'd be terrific. Well, you know what? We shared a floor of a hotel with him, and you had your interaction with him.
I did have my interaction with him,
but you want a meal.
I want to hang out.
You want to save his bib. You want to save his crumbs from his
I need to start working out now.
Yeah,
so that I can, by then, I can be in shape and be like, Papa Pump, can we go hit the gym together?
Well, here's a little cheap plug. Scott Steiner has a workout video with pretty ladies.
Of course. Yeah, I know he does.
So you can watch that.
It's hilarious.
And he will serve you a nice big style breakfast at Shoney's when you get there.
I can't wait.
It's going to be terrific.
I'm going to eat at Shoney's with Papa Pump.
Yeah,
we're going to get our pump on. And we're going to lift. And it's probably going to be the greatest WrestleMania ever.
And that's even before we get to Orlando.
Yeah. None of that will probably actually happen. But
hey, it's going to happen for me. I'm going to go. I'm going to go to Lawler, and I'm going to go to Shoney's.
Then I'll get to Orlando, and Shane O'Mac will be like, Steve, want to come hang out? I'm like, yeah, let's do this.
All right.
And that's what we'll do.
Did you see Jimmy Superfly Snuka is going to be at WrestleCon?
Is he?
This guy was mentally...
Isn't he still under trial right now?
No, he was... I think he was ruled mentally incapable of...
He can't stand trial?
Yeah, but he can go to WrestleCon and make money from signing autographs.
But this is about what his mental state was 30 years ago, not now.
Yeah.
Like, his mental state now in no way impacts him maybe or maybe not murdering a woman.
Isn't there statute of limitations, too, for that? I mean, for murder? No, for murder, maybe not.
No, not for that.
No.
Could
be any time.
Yeah. Right. As long as he's got that DNA evidence.
DNA.
Which isn't, I mean, you don't need him to say, yes, that is my, my DNA. You just test it.
Yeah, but, I mean, wasn't it his wife? So wouldn't it be all over anyway? Hey-oh! Can't joke about
I think it was just his girlfriend.
Girlfriend. What? I'm sorry.
Yeah, not Tamina's mom.
I apologize.
It's before Tamina was even born.
I'm sorry. That was a bad joke.
We'll let that one go.
I'll beep it out.
Yeah.
All right. We'll wrap it up. Good show. I like these shows, Shooting the shit, not structured.
Yeah.
I think we went well. I mean, we could talk for an hour. We filled an hour, dude.
Tweet at us at TIA Wrestling.
Yeah, let us know how you feel about the show.
And maybe if you were a kid that used to do backyard or basement wrestling. I know a certain somebody that's on television in Miami.
Yeah.
Used to do backyard wrestling. They used to videotape and put it on the internet. And that was when they were older.
Yeah.
Chris Sharp was his wrestling name.
Sharp, yes, it was.
Yeah.
Chris Van Vliet. Shout out to him.
Yeah. He's Canadian backyard wrestling friend.
We go to Florida next year. We'll get Chris on the show.
I feel like in Canada, they probably still do the wrestling.
Yeah.
But it's way different
It's hard to get in the United States, though.
Yeah.
Very, very hard. We got Chris on. We got to get Chris on.
We could have Chris on.
Next year in Orlando.
Oh, okay.
Because you want to over the phone, live.
Yeah.
Be fun.
Well,
dude, we should do a live.
Cleveland.
We should do a recording. 3 of us on the beach talking wrestling. That'd be terrific. No?
I don't know why we'd have to be on the beach.
Because we're on the beach, dude.
Nobody's going to be able to see that we're on the beach. We could just tell them that we're on the beach.
No, that's not the... No, you got to hear this. I mean, I don't want to put sound effects of seagulls and...
Oh, you want to hear the seagulls?
Dude, imagine the chicks with this... 3 guys with a microphone talking on the... Well, maybe that's not good.
Yeah. Talking about wrestling
with a mixer and a laptop.
Yeah. Body slams, Ric Flair. Beat the man, gonna beat the man.
I think girls will come by us.
Sure, they will.
We'll just have Van Vliet take his shirt off. Girls will flock over.
It's got weird in a hurry.
He is Cosmo's Bachelor of the Year.
Not anymore,
dude. It's like the president. You never lose that title. You're always known as when you're president. You're Mr. President always.
That's true.
He is Cosmo's Bachelor of the Year. He is always
Miss America, right?
Always.
Yeah.
I'm putting Van Vliet over hard on this show.
Yeah.
All right. TIA Wrestling on Twitter.
Check out Deco Drive, everybody.
Instagram, if you're in Miami, Deco Drive. Check out Chris Van Vliet's YouTube channel. Has got a lot of great wrestling interviews.
There are, yeah.
Yeah, very, very good. Check out our Stitcher and iTunes. We're on Google Play Store now for Android.
Been the camera guy for a few of those interviews.
There you go. That's why I was out of focus.
There was one with Dolph Ziggler that my hands got really shaky because the cord was not staying, for the microphone was not staying in the camera.
Oh, boy.
And so I was like really holding on to that to hold it into the camera very tightly. And that's...
You're used to that, Steve, huh?
And then...
just a tip.
And holding the camera. It was very difficult. And it was supposed to be like a 10-minute interview and ended up being like a 45-minute interview.
Ooh.
So my hands just like started shaking. Like, oh boy, this is terrible.
Yeah, it's not good.
That was like that's a 5-year-old interview right there.
There you go. Check us out. We are on, like I said, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. You can download off of Libsyn directly. Follow us on our social media. Follow me at Glenmore CLE. Steve Guy is
the Steve Guy.
And like I said, this is episode 90. 10 more until our 100. We'll have information soon about our 100th show taping. And thanks to CLE Sound for the studio and putting up with us for 90 episodes. Number 90, man. 90 episodes. Remember we were on number 1? Who was our first guest?
Our first guest?
Episode number 1. Who was our guest?
Jerry Lawler.
It was.
Yeah.
Who was our only 3-time guest?
EC3.
There it is. We gotta get him back on. It's been a while.
Yeah.
He was like on 3, like...
Eddie. Well, because Eddie Kingston, we stopped considering a guest because he became more of like a co-host.
Yeah. And he hasn't been back to AIW. Probably won't be back for a while.
Yeah. He's been on multiple shows, though.
Yeah. But he loves us.
I love Eddie.
So we'll talk to you guys. We'll talk to you guys next week for episode 91. If you're listening to this right now, tweet at us with the keyword pineapple to let us know that you have listened to this all the way to the end. The keyword is pineapple. Oh, awesome
really
finish?
Like,
Are we doing awesome finish?
I really like pineapple.
Awesome finish this week?
We should probably do an awesome finish.
Awesome finish goes to, collectively, who should it be, Steve?
I was trying to think what happened here in this past week.
Goes to Kanye West for putting my girl T Swift mannequin naked in bed for his new music video.
Oh, is it mannequin?
It wasn't T Swift. Yeah, real. It was a mannequin.
I saw a blip. I didn't.
So Kanye West gets my awesome finish. There's gonna be no music for this. There's gonna be no sound effects. This is the last of the show.
I don't know who my awesome finish is gonna go to.
Come on, Steve Guy's job gets the awesome finish.
No, I already gave it that.
Oh, you did? That's right.
I gave my job the awesome finish. My awesome finish this week goes to... I don't know.
All right, we'll talk to you guys.
My awesome finish this week goes to Justin Verlander.
Justin Verlander.
Yeah.
What did he do?
4 home runs in 1 inning for the Cleveland Indians.
I mean, he got slammed. I
know.
That's bad enough.
That's the icing on the cake.
Poor. So he's going to get F5 just because he had a bad inning?
Yeah.
He's a Cy Young. He's going to marry Kate Upton. He's winning at life.
Well,
he will take an F5, get up, and go with Kate Upton.
Well, fine. That's
all right.
I don't know. I didn't think hard enough about who should get the awesome finish.
Well, it's your bit, man. It was your idea. Keyword pineapple. Tweet us pineapple.
Usually we pause and I get to think about it.
Well, no pausing this episode. We just winged it, boy.
Damn it.
All right. We'll talk to you guys next week. This is Awesome Wrestling Show. SillySound.com. Instagram, Facebook, all that shit. What? Oh God, Steve. What?
Our intern Justin Summers gets my awesome finish.
What did
the
he
F5
do?
this week. It's not what he didn't do It's not what he did do, it's what he didn't do.
What's that?
Well, how did you get Chipotle today?
You Steve guy, you offered.
Where the hell is our intern?
He can't. He's working, man.
I don't care.
He'll bring us food for episode 100.
Oh, if he doesn't,
He's gone.
he's really gonna get it.
He's officially our intern. Probably only listener.
Really get the F5.
No, he's our listener. All right, we'll talk to you guys next week. See ya.